But we came into the game with a plan. We had a very specific agenda day 2 when we got there.
But I kind of thought we were going to bounce. Like, didn't you think, like, when it was 10 o'clock at the hotel on Saturday night, part of me was thinking, fuck it, we're all going to sleep right now. Like, if the vibe for a second felt like we're going to bounce.
I gave everybody an out. I was in. Let's do this. Let's go. Get your asses up and let's go. But if you want to stay in, tell me, and I will settle down and order some Chinese. But everybody was like, yeah, we're going. And an hour later, I drug y'all's asses out of the hotel. And this all started about 9 o'clock at night. Let's go. And everybody drug ass. And we left, finally, by 10.
Yeah, we got out of there. And so what we were going to do is, because for those who have heard the Vinception radio podcast, we had heard rumor from a random fucking internet source. This person on the internet gave us Vince Veloof's, said he works at this place. So then we called. For those that heard the podcast, I know we called. We confirmed it. It seems like he did work at this place. He might be the owner. He might be the bartender. But either way, we were like, we've got to find out. So we walked.
Day 2, we set an agenda. You got to go all the way from our hotel. You go down 2 blocks. You end up on 6th Street. Then you go all the way down 6th Street.
By the way, don't give too much, because I don't want to ghost Vince Veloof, okay?
You go all the way down 6th Street, and so we end up down there. It's like a 40-minute walk for us. But we're there. We show up. We walk in the doors. There's maybe 30, 40 people in the bar.
Yeah, it was about a 15-minute walk from the hotel. And then we did get
40
there.
minutes.
It was like 40?
Yeah, it was like 40 minutes, like I just said.
I thought it was like 15-minute walk, dude. Okay, so either way.
It was like 40 minutes.
It was like 40 minutes then. So it was a long walk, and we get down there, and you're right. You get down to the bar, and it felt like, it was like one of those hallway bars. Is how it felt to me, like longer.
Yeah, like an alley bar or something?
Yeah, like an alley bar. And it was really long, and it also felt like, the only place I can think of is similar in Manhattan, Kansas. Went to this place, Annie Mae's, but it was like a dive bar, but it was proud of being a dive bar. Okay, yeah, similar to that. It had this pride of, it had this like feeling of like, we're a dive bar, but we know we're a dive bar and we're embracing it.
No, they weren't dive bar though. They were classy. Everybody was dressed in black. Like the tenders, the bartenders were all dressed up nicely. And they didn't serve any domestics. All they served was exotics and shit like that.
Yeah, IPAs and local craft brews and shit.
Exactly. Now, the thing is, though, there's 30 people in the bar. The band is getting on stage. They're setting up when we show up. We end up sitting at the back end of the bar because it's a long bar going towards the stage from the door. We sit towards the door side. And who, beholds themselves? I don't know what the word. Lo and behold, our bartender who walks up is the one and only Vince Veloof.
Sure as shit. Vince fucking Veloof. And when I saw it was him, I'm not going to lie. And a lot of people think this is weird because not everybody knows this guy's name. I was like starstruck because this motherfucker.
Yeah.
I had watched in a movie.
Mom up in heaven. What are you doing the money with Mom up in heaven?
How many, if I really tried to think of the amount of times I watched Rat Race, it would probably be over 100 times I've watched that movie.
I broke a DVD watching it so much.
So, I was a little starstruck at first, and then I looked at you, and we first didn't say anything. We ordered the beers. Just ordered the beers.
Hey, how's it going? Oh, yeah. Can I have a this? Can I have a that? Oh, yeah. All right, man. Cool. Thank you.
So then he goes and gets the beers, and while he's getting the beers, we're talking about how we're going to, do it. And you said the best thing is just just fucking tell him how we knew. Tell him the whole fucking story.
Yeah.
About the creepy Twitter person and all of that. Yeah. Because I was going to be I wanted to be coy about it. I wanted to be like, hey, man, you look like...
you look like that guy from Rat Race.
Yeah. I wanted to be coy, but you said
you look like that guy from Grind.
Yeah. And you said just fucking throw it out there. So we just threw it out there. The minute he gets back with the beers, we go, hey, man, we heard that you work down here. It's so cool that you do. Yada, yada, yada. Told him the whole story.
We're the guys that called and kind of tried to give you a heads up. And
immediately, though, it worked because he went that fucking bitch. He knew. Instantly. He was like, man, I've been dealing with some crazy bullshit. And the next thing I know, he's like, hey, guys, you want me to buy you a shot?
Yeah, hold on. It was a cigarette first. You guys smoke? Let's go have a cigarette. So we went and hung out on the street with Vince Veloof, talking hopes, dreams, what we did, what he did, just being like bros, just having a conversation with a dude.
We were full on broing out with Vince Veloof, and he was so fucking cool. And in a weird way, very encouraging about artistic endeavors, because every time we would say, like, he was very interested. He like asked us questions about what we did, what we had interest in, what we wanted to do. And every time we would share, we want to do this, his response was to be like, well, why haven't you done that yet? You should fucking do your things. Pursue your goddamn dreams, guys.
Well, yeah, he
fucking inspiring as fuck, dude.
He lit the fire under my ass about like doing all these mini docs and like videos that we always talk about and we film at these events, and we never turn them out. We never like produce them.
No, we have
like,
so many videos that are just filmed that we don't do shit with.
Yeah, and his response was like, "Why don't you get an Apple, run some fucking video through it, and put it out there for everybody to see? Who gives a shit?" And the way he said it was so inspiring and made the whole process so simple. Is like, why don't we do it? It was inspiring.
It was fucking inspiring. And I could tell he's a dude that really is like pro like arts and artistic shit. And also he seems like very bohemian in the fact that he was insinuating that essentially his life is like a series of lives. Like, yeah, I was an actor for a while, and then I went to France, and then I went here, and then I went there. And I just got the vibe that the dude just packs up and leaves constantly.
I feel like he's a lot like I am. Like, he gets bored if he's not learning something.
Yeah.
So he dives full into one career, and then once he knows it, once he's learned what he wants to learn, it's time to become a plumber and do that for a while, and then become a bartender, and then become a fucking crane operator. Who knows?
It's like the drifter that told me when I was a child. He was like, hey, every man needs to have 7 trades. This is kind of Vince Veloof. He probably had a drifter in his life. Give him some education.
No, I mean, he really was the coolest like celebrity you could ever run into. He was just like super chill, supportive. He'd have a beer with you, drink with you. He actually like paid half our bar tab or better.
I don't know how many rounds he bought us, but I felt like we drank more than we spent. Definitely.
Oh, 100%. 100% we drank a lot more than we spent. What'd you say? You got out of there for like $30 and
and I know
we were there
like
for 5
rounds,
hours,
dude. Yeah, we got there at 10 and we closed the bar down. And it was like the whole thing about that night was up until 2 a.m. It was all positive experiences because not only did we meet Vince,
I want to say, we met a really cool guy named Gabriel.
Yeah, the way that he runs his bar, everybody's like friends there. Yeah.
Yeah. Gabriel was like the chillest, coolest guy I've met in a long time. Like, I felt comfortable letting him use my phone to call for a ride home. Shit like that. Like, we were just like chill. It was cool.
It was that dude, Gabriel, bearded dude, Vince Veloof, the other bartender chick who was super cute and super cool, and then this band that had taken the stage that was hanging out at the end of the night. This is who closed the bar down. Total Unicorn. Which, if anybody hasn't seen these fuckers, you got to check fucking Total Unicorn out.
If you're into the Exploded show, you need to Google, pause the podcast, go check out Total Unicorn. They're on iTunes, everywhere you can find music, I think, Amazon, bullshit like that. But check them out. They're electronic, like futuristic, kind of a Die Antwoord.
I was thinking like Daft Punk, but more absurd. That's what I thought.
I'd say Die Antwoord, but more absurd.
Well, Die Antwoord's a hip hop band. Daft Punk is electronic music. This is very electronically driven.
Die Antwoord is an electronic band, but they rap over electronic music.
Yeah, this has no rap.
No, it's just words. It's like spoken poetry over electronica music.
It's pretty fucking cool shit, dude. But unlike Daft Punk, instead of helmets, they have horse heads with unicorns.
That's why you think Daft Punk. They wore unicorn heads with light up eyes. Yeah, that instantly like triggered.
Well, and two guys just touching computer knobs. Yeah. You know, just touching the knobs. I'm touching the knobs.
Like anything else to praise Vince Veloof for, other than being an awesome guy.
When he said we'll find out if he does it or not. He got our information several times that night.
Yeah, he said he's going to be on the show.
So we'll find out if he follows up with it or not. Because my other thought is because we found him, it was like finding a Pokemon. I feel like we might have ghosted him. And for all I know,
Scared
Vince
him away.
Veloof he's now in like Aruba or something.
Yeah.
You know, he's gone on to his next life.
Yeah, because like we did spell out everything. Like we tracked you down because of this internet hint. This is like we're a podcast. We called here earlier this week and kind of like gave you a warning that people are spreading your news. We just wanted to come down. We happened to be in town and wanted to hit you up because we're big fans. We wanted to finish our trilogy because we told them the whole story about, you know, one day we did a whole show about your IMBD. And then we did a follow-up about this crazy person who told us your information. And now, like, this is the trilogy. We're going to finish it up with the story of how we actually met you. And he was completely cool with it. He wanted to know how to find it, listen to it. We gave him all the information. And I guess we just need to sick Ralph on him now. Track him down and really get Ralph to, like, get him to fucking follow through.
He's pretty untrackable. That's why he took all our information. So he knows how to reach us now.
Yeah, it's a one-way street. It's like talking to the mafia because he has deleted himself from the face of the earth from what he says. Yeah. I think we need to talk about.
So we wrapped up with Vince. We shut the bar down. Vince basically told us to leave in a nice way.
He had to do his counts and he had to flip tables or whatever you got to do when you close a bar. You know, he had to shut down. So it was like,
he said, guys, love you, but get the fuck out. It's closing time.
Yeah. He hugged us and everything. It was fucking awesome.
Did we hug Vince Veloof?
Yes, we hugged, dude. It was like,
wait.
It was like when you and I don't see each other for a long time. It was like, hey, what's up, man? Okay, man, I'll catch you later. Big hug. Talk to you later. Bye.
I think you had secondhand embarrassment for me because I kept it cool all night. And then right at the end, when I shook his hand and went to give him like bro hug, I did say something about how he had made me laugh for so. I said some fucking really weird, dumb stalker shit.
You spilled it out, and you're like, "Oh, you're my biggest hero, and I love you." And I was gushing.
I was gushing.
Yeah, you gushed. And I was like, "Hey, Vince, man, sorry about him. I'll catch you later." And Dr. Grant was like, "I don't know who you are. Bye."